10-year-old boy reading She under covers. Perhaps this is why I became a writer of adventure stories myself. She was first published in 1886 and 1887 as a magazine serial, and became one of the best-selling books in the English language. It's a terribly flawed novel, crammed with odious racial stereotypes, fusty Victorian ideas about women, jejune characters, and histrionic prose. And yet, She still manages to be a wonderful book, even a great book, an exemplar of the adventure novel at its finest. It is a cracking good story, astonishingly inventive, with vivid settings and scenes of hair-raising action. The novel introduced a wide range of thriller elements that would be used, reused, and eventually debased by lesser authors in the century to follow. Through its pages, I escaped my humdrum suburban childhood existence for a brief shining moment. Adventure literature is, at its core, escapist. It is not a genre but a category, and a broad one at that. Adventure fiction is not realistic. Its aim is not to mirror life. It moves fast, things happen, people die. To the lighthouse it is not. It transports the reader to the ends of the earth or into outer space. In adventure fiction, the characters are larger than life. They are blazingly heroic or raging with malevolence. They are brutally repulsive or stunningly beautiful. Nobody is average. The settings are dramatic. Impenetrable jungles, burning deserts, erupting volcanoes, earthquakes, lost cities, measureless caverns, mountains beyond mountains. And yet, even in these exotic locales, the adventure story never fails to uphold society's values. She is a veritable encyclopedia of Victorian prejudices, attitudes, and beliefs. Tarzan, raised by an unknown tribe of apes in deepest Africa, is at the same time an exemplar of utterly conventional American morality. That partly explains, in my view, the appeal of adventure fiction. The risk is comfortable. Filled with excitement, exoticism, mystery, and violence, and set in the farthest corners of the world, these stories nevertheless reaffirm the safest values of home. They tell us who we are and what we believe, and they suggest such values are universal, even 20,000 leagues under the sea. Many of the stories in this volume date from the golden age of adventure literature, which stretches from the Victorian era to the 1920s. Specifically, I would bracket the golden age from the establishment of the British Indian Empire in 1858 to the discovery of King Tut's tomb in 1922. The one opened the Anglo-American and French age of colonial rule, while the other was the last great discovery of that age. That 65-year period forms an astonishing record of real adventure and discovery, when the last blank places on the world map were filled in. Explorers penetrated the interiors of Africa and the Amazon. They discovered astonishing ruins and lost civilizations in Peru, Mexico, and Central America. Mind-boggling temples were found in the jungles of French Indochina. Vast diamond mines were unearthed in South Africa. The Nile was traced to its source. Expeditions opened up the polar regions, the Himalayas, and the deserts of outer Mongolia. In America, the West was being won, with Indian wars, headline-grabbing massacres, cattle drives, gold and silver strikes. This explosion of discovery gave birth to the modern literature of adventure. Many of the writers in this volume took part in this grand opening of the world as colonial administrators, soldiers, journalists, or adventurers themselves. Haggard spent much time in colonial South Africa, as did John Buchan and Edgar Wallace. Kipling, P.C. Wren, and others served in the British Raj in India. Talbot Mundy was for a while a big game hunter in East Africa. Jack London joined the Yukon Gold Rush. L. Patrick Green was a civil servant in Rhodesia. As you will see from the many stories in this volume, they mined their own striking life experiences to marvelous effect. After 1922, especially with the advent of the airplane, terra incognita dwindled to nothing. The colonial powers found themselves in retreat, and colonialism fell into disrepute. The world shrank, and the natives became restless. There was little left to discover. No